Welcome back, student. Welcome back to Brilliance Growth Academy. In continuation of our last chapter, that is based on organizing, and chapter number it's a 5, we have understood concept of organizing, meaning, the steps, and its importance. Now we are going to learn or study about organizational structure. So, what is the core concept about the organizational structure is the structure is the framework for managing the task. It helps in correlating people, work, and physical resources. It is graphically shown in an organizational chart. It will help you to manage your team, manage your work, manage your people, and manage your resources. So when you have a kind of a structure in which you identify that few peoples are working under a particular subordinate or a particular supervisor, so it reflects is what how many peoples are direct in control with a particular supervisor, or sometimes we call it a span of management. It determines structural management level or refers to the superior so subordinate a superior manages effectively. Sometimes we can also identify in such a manner that how many subordinates, how many subordinate a supervisors can manage, or how many subordinate a supervisor can manage effectively. So it will help the organizations how the subordinate will direct contact with the superior and how they will report to the superior effectively about their work structure on a day-to-day basis. Or in the same way, superior has to identify and supervise their subordinate about their work, about their authority, about their responsibilities, right? So organization framework or organization structures define that how people, work, physical resources are connected with each other, and how the superior can control their subordinate in a way that manage the day-to-day tasks, and they can discharge their responsibilities and become more accountable about their job and work. So here it is the organization structure and its core concept. Here I have given you one of the questions that you can answer based the things that you have learned right now. Next, we are talking about the type of organization structure. There are two types of organization structures that you can understand. First is a functional structure, and second one is a divisional structures. Functional structures, it means we are grouping similar or related jobs together. मार्केटिंग का जितने जॉब्स हैं या फाइनेंस के जितने जॉब्स हैं या फाइनेंस के जितने टास्क है उसको एक जगह एक फाइनेंस डिपार्टमेंट के अंदर हमने रख दिया, या मार्केटिंग के जितने टास्क है उनको एक जगह हमने प्लेस कर दिया. तो what we are doing, we are grouping the similar and related jobs together. Now, how it is suitable? It is suitable for large firms with a single major product line, because because the functional structure will only work when you have a major product line and you are only having one single product line that the organization need to manage, the organization need to produce, right? So we are talking about a single major product line that the organization want to manage, want to produce, and for this functional structure will work better. Next, what is its pros and cons? So what are the pros? First, occupational specialization and minimal duplication and low cost. So once you know that all the similar or related jobs are grouped together in under a one department or a one head, so there are few departments are managing a same or similar activities, so it will leads to specialization in terms of occupation. Because for example, finance department has to work in terms of finance, then it will reduce the duplication of the jobs, duplication of the things, and it will ultimately leads to the low cost. It means they are able to work there in their department, whether efficiently or effectively, right? So low cost will help you to minimize the duplication of the task and the work, and you are only doing the work that in which you are specialized for a something or some important jobs or the product, right? So pros, it means what are the benefits or what are the traits that this function will bring to the organizations. Now we are moving to next cons. What are the flows through this structure will appear to the organization? So first is interdepartmental conflict and inflexible attitude and narrow focus, right? Because this department will not allow you to have an interaction with other department, or sometime if you are having interaction with the department, so there might be a major chances that interdepartment conflict may arises due to the problems and due to the certain situation or the factors that are not under control of the department, and this kind of situation and the problems would be handled at the top level management. Next, it will show the inflexible attitude. Inflexible attitude, the people will not be agree with the other department. One department people or one department people working in a one department would not be agree with the other department, and they would not bring the flexibility in their attitude regarding the works. They would not give the priority that the organization goal is a prominent and important. They will focus only on their own ego or attitude satisfaction. So in this case, this structure will not work prominently or sufficiently. And last is it will be a narrow focus, right? It will not allow you to become broad mind and a broad focused oriented related with the product and the services. They will just focus on their own task and let the other tasks to be left with the other department, because they have to do it, they have to analyze it, they have to manage it. So they would not consider that the organizations is one and we are part of it, and all departments are working under this particular organization need to works in a corporation. So they will just focus on their own work, not others. So this function structure will focus only one product line, and there are some pros and cons that you can understand through this manner. Next, we are focusing on the divisional structure. Divisional structures meanings it separates the enterprises into autonomous product divisions. As here you can understand the word product divisions. Product division in sense, when you are having a more than one product that the organization is producing, whether it's related with the for example dairy product. So from the milk they will design some cheese, some paneer and some other product. So they have a different product divisions. So divisional structures automatically leads to the division of the product, and it's a separate department. So you can identify with its name an organization who follows or that follows division structure will have more than one product, and they will working with a more product, and they will diverse in the market, and they are producing the diverse product and selling in the market. So division structure will work in that particular divisions. So meaning is that it separates the enterprise into autonomous product divisions. What where it will be suitable or where the division structure would be suitable, multiple product firms operating in a diverse market, right? Because on there are number of firms under a particular organizations that will produce a product and they will serve to the market. So this kind of division structure will applicable to that organization that is producing more than one product. So multiple product firms, as you suggest, it will come under the divisional structures. Division in sense, more product leads to more divisions. So we will follow divisional structures. So what are the pros? High product specialization, faster choices, and clear accountabilities. You know that when you are producing a more than one product, so every firm is focusing on its own product specialization and its work. They will follow the faster choice, what they have to produce, and what raw material, what peoples, and what process they have to follow. They have a faster choice about it. They have a clear accountability in the sense we have to design this way and we have authority to produce the same, and we are accountable for production of that particular product. So each and everything is clear and understood from every firms that comes under the purview of a divisional structures under a organization, right? So high product specialization, faster choices, clear accountability will help the organization if they are following a particular division structure in a such a manner that every firm producing its own product, they are being specialized, they are taking a faster choices or they are having a faster choices, and they bear the accountability for its production. So in this way they have a pros. And what are the cons? इस हमने इससे ये पढ़ लिया कि इससे फायदे क्या हैं, इससे नुकसान क्या है. कॉन्स मतलब लॉसेस क्या है. तो डुप्लीकेशन ऑफ फंक्शन, हाई कॉस्ट एंड डिविजनल कॉन्फ्लिक्ट जब एक से ज़्यादा डिविजन्स होंगे, व्हेन यू हैव अ मोर देन वन डिवीजन, सो देयर माइट बी चांसेस दैट their function might be duplication, their function might be duplicated. Yeah, you can say that duplicacy in their function would be noticed. High cost would be based because each and every firm is producing its own product. So definitely raw material cost would be higher, machinery cost would be higher, people would be higher to produce more goods. So every time you are incurring the cost. And along with this, divisional conflict might also occur. So different divisions may fight for raw material, may fight for employees, may fight for management. So conflict may arises in between the divisions on a different factors. So in that case, you have to understand that which structure will fit for your organization and whether it's a functional or divisional. So if you are having a single product, then you have to follow the functional division. If you are having a multi-product firm, then you have to follow the divisional structures. But divisional structures will have a high cost, conflict, division conflict, and the duplication of functions. But they are specialization in terms of production, they are having a faster choices and they have a clear responsibility about their work. So in that way, organization structure will work for the particular point. Next, we are moving on. Comparative overview between the functional and the divisional structures. Here you can see that there are 6 basis points I have written, and on the basis of these points, you can identify the differentiation between the functional structures and the divisional structures. So, first point is a formation. Formation is based under the function structure is based on the functions, only what function they have to follow. So they will follow the function structures. If they are having a few function, they will follow the function structure. But against it, if they are having more than one product line, if you are producing more than one product, then definitely they have to produce divisional structures, right? So in examination, if you are asked to identify whether the question will follow the function or division structures, or what are the pros and cons will applicable in a division structure and a function structure. So it's quite simple. More product line leads you more specializations, but it will increase the cost, duplication of work, and departmental conflict. So you have to learn about the division structure in a such a manner that you definitely identify its pros and cons. Second, we are moving on specialization. Function specialization, it will focus on one function and they will try to specialization. As I told you earlier that if you are working in a car manufacturing company, so one worker will focus on one work in which he or she is specialized. Suppose he is specialized in changing the tire or something else, so they will focus or they will function, they will continue with the one function only. But opposite to it, if there are firms following the division structure, so if a firm or if a product is being manufactured, so the particular product is come under the purview of a single firm, other product will come under the purview of the second firm, and third product will come under the purview of third firm. So every firm will focus in terms of product, not a function. So function structures will follow specialize on a function, but division structure focus on product specialization. I will produce single one product. I am don't know about the other product that is being produced under the divisions or different division under this organization. So they would not have to focus in that manner. Next, responsibility. In under the function structures, it is difficult to fix the responsibility who is responsible for what, but in a division structure, you can easily find out the responsibilities and its responsible person, कौन किसके लिए responsible रहेगा, you can easily identify. फिर managerial focus. Under the functional structures, there is a narrow functional experience, right? Because they will focus on single one function, so they have a narrow managerial focus. They would not go beyond that. They are not having or not accepting the other function as well, so they will just focus with the narrow one functional experience. Whether they are obsessed with producing it or changing the tire, then they are then they are obsessed with only that function. They would not continue with the other function that the other specialized workers can do. But under division of structure, autonomy develops diverse skills, right? Every firm has its own product to produce. They have autonomy, what they need to develop, and with the diverse skill. So they are having a more managerial focus with the particular product or with particular service that they have to produce. Next, related with the cost, when you are applying or when you are using the function structures, then there is a no duplication of work. So when there is a no duplication of work, your functional aspects of functional structure would be economical, and you would be more efficient in your function, and you would not incur more cost. So in this way, functional structure is more economical than the divisional structures. Division structure is more costly because resource duplication would be there, more resources would be utilized in producing a different products. So cost would increase and it will be definitely costlier for the organization. Next, coordination. Difficult for multiple product firms and but easy within the divisions. Coordination, because if you are producing multiple product under the one function structure, then it would be quite difficult to make a coordination or to have a coordination, because multiple product firms will try to grab the attentions regarding their specializations, and they will not focus on other aspects or other function of the of the department or other specialized work. So they will having a difficulties for multiple product firms. They are totally confined to their own work. They will not coordinate with the other or multiple product firms in different department or different divisions. So it is quite difficult for multiple product line to follow the function structure, but it is easy within the divisions, right? Because you know that if you are working under one division and you are totally confined to your own tasks and some other tasks that have been assigned to you by the department or by the organization, then you are totally feeling well that you are confining to that particular division or its overall functioning. So you will definitely coordinate with all the people are working under your divisions. You will coordinate with them, you will help them, you will try to solve the problems under your own division, right? So in the same way, other divisions or other product division will try to apply the same behavior in their own divisions. So coordination in a divisional structure would be quite easier comparison to functional structure. So here is the comparative view that you have understood now between the functional and the divisional structure. Next, I have given you a very important question that you can answer later on by visiting this point. Next, we are moving on formal and informal organizations. Formal organizations, it's a meaning, is structure designed deliberately by the top management, right? इस तरह का जो स्ट्रक्चर होता है वो टॉप मैनेजमेंट इंटेंशनली डिजाइन करता है क्यों क्योंकि इट्स अ फॉर्मल वन राइट देयर इज अ फॉर्मल रिलेशनशिप बिटवीन सबऑर्डिनेट एंड सुपीरियर so you cannot directly approach to any other higher authority in the department. So this way you structure a particular formal organization that will follow the rules and the regulation as per the design by the top management. But here you will have some of the pros and cons related with the formal organization. Apart from this, formal organizations are very formal, right? Suppose during the school time you have to be very formal in dress, right? Because it is rules in the organization or the schools that nobody should come without a dress or without a particular uniform. So they will follow a particular rules that each and every student need to appear in a particular uniform. So in the same way, formal organization has to structure their rules and regulation for each and every employees, whether it's a superior, whether it's a subordinate. So there would be a kind of reporting relationship between a superior and subordinate. You cannot go beyond that. You cannot just side by these kind of rules and regulations. Now we are focusing on the pros and cons. There is a clear responsibility, as I told you. There is a clear responsibility, role clarity, and establish the scalar chain. Scalar chain is very much important that we have already understood under the Fayol principle. Each subordinate has to go through its superior if he or she wants to connect with the other department. So they will follow a particular ladder and they will follow a particular channel so that they can have a conversation with the other department. You cannot side by all the superiors uh, lying above to you and you can directly approach to the superior in the other department or the subordinate in the other department. You have to follow some protocols. You have to follow some rules and regulations. So, in this way, you are following the formal organizations. So, there would be a clear responsibility, there would be a clear role would clear about the role, and you will follow the established scalar chain. What are the cons? Procedural delay, rigid policies, and ignore the human values. What are they? इनका मतलब क्या है? इनका मतलब है कि जब भी आप फॉर्मल ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस को फॉलो करते हो या फॉर्मल स्ट्रक्चर को फॉलो करते हो एक इंस्ट्रक्शंस जो इजीली या एक सॉल्यूशन जो इजीली डिस्कस किया जाता है, उसके प्रोसीजरल फॉलो करने में काफ़ी टाइम लगता है। सपोज़ आप प्रोडक्शन डिपार्टमेंट में हो और आप अपने सुपीरियर से बात करते हो कि सर मुझे रॉ मटेरियल चाहिए एंड अगर ऐसा नहीं है तो प्रोडक्शन रुक जाएगा और ये है। तो कहता है कि मुझे ऊपर से परमिशन लेनी पड़ेगी। तो ऊपर से परमिशन लेने के लिए वो अपने सुपीरियर को कॉल करेगा, वो अपने सुपीरियर से बात करेगा, फिर ऊपर जो दूसरे डिपार्टमेंट में हैं, वहाँ वो उसको अलाउ करेंगे, या फाइनेंस में है या परचेज़िंग डिपार्टमेंट में है, वो रॉ मटेरियल बाहर से मँगवाएगा। इस तरह से करते-करते चीज़ें डिले हो जाती हैं। यानी कि वैसे तो बहुत ईज़ी है कि भई आप परचेज़ डिपार्टमेंट से रॉ मटेरियल सीधा लेकर अपना काम कर सकते हो। बट व्हेन यू आर फॉलोइंग द फॉर्मल ऑर्गनाइज़ेशन स्ट्रक्चर देन इट इज़ क्वाइट problematic and it's quite cumbersome, in which you will definitely follow or experience the procedural delay. So easily you can get a permission from the purchase department that you can have the raw materials from this department and you can start your production. But procedural delay, परमिशन लेना, उसके बाद काम होना, उसमें कई कई बार दिन भी खत्म हो जाता है। कई बार 2 से 3 दिन इन चीज़ों को लग जाते हैं। तो ये प्रोसीजर डिले ये एप्लीकेबल होता है। फिर रिजिड पॉलिसीज़ हैं कि आप स्केलर चेन को स्किप करके आगे काम नहीं कर सकते, या जो पॉलिसीज़ बनाई गई हैं कि भई सुपीरियर्स को अपने सुपीरियर से परमिशन लेनी है, फिर दूसरे डिपार्टमेंट के सुपीरियर से बात करके वो उसके सबऑर्डिनेट्स को ये चीज़ें करवाएगा, तब आपके पास उसका हल वापस चल के आएगा। तो उसमें ये रिजिड पॉलिसीज़ फ़ॉलो होती हैं। तो उस केस में हर चीज़ डिले होता है, हर चीज़ प्रॉब्लमैटिक होती है। इसके अंदर ह्यूमन वैल्यूज़ को कोई ध्यान में नहीं रखा जाता। क्योंकि ह्यूमन वैल्यूज़ का मतलब क्या है कि हाँ, किसी को अगर परेशानी है, किसी को वर्क से रिलेटेड परेशानी है या किसी को प्रोडक्शन से रिलेटेड परेशानी है, तो वो बिल्कुल ध्यान में नहीं रखी जाएँगी। प्रोडक्शन डिपार्टमेंट में अगर प्रॉब्लम्स आ रही है लोगों को, तो उसके लिए वो अपने सुपीरियर से बात करेंगे, सुपीरियर ऊपर सुपीरियर से बात करेंगे, तब जाके वो थर्ड पर्सन तक जाएगी, फिर उसका वो हल लेके आएगा, फिर आप तक वो बात पहुँचेगी, फिर सुपीरियर आपको बताएगा। तो इसमें क्या हो रहा है? इसमें डिलेज़ होती जाती हैं। तो दे आर इग्नोरिंग ह्यूमन वैल्यूज़ एट सर्टेन लेवल। So formal organizations will not work in that case. Next, we are moving on the informal organizations. Informal organization means स्पॉन्टेनियस नेटवर्क ऑफ सोशल रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी एट वर्क, राइट। इनफॉर्मल है, यानी कि आप किसी से भी आसानी से बात कर सकते हो, तुरंत बात कर सकते हो, आपको जहाँ जाना है जिससे बात करनी है आसानी से बात करते हो, सुपीरियर से करना है, सबॉर्डिनेट से करना है, at each level of the organization you can work, you can have a social bonding, social relationship at work. So ये informal, you do not have to follow the rules, right? Like annual function you can wear what you want, like a party you can wear anything you want to wear. So in that case informal organizations will help you to spontaneous network of social relationship at work, or they will help you to develop a social bonding at the work in which there is a no reporting relationship between superior and subordinate. Everything is quiet and simpler, and you will follow the you don't need to follow the instructions, and there are some pros and cons. What? Faster communication fulfill psychological social needs. जितना अच्छा कम्युनिकेशन बहुत फास्ट होता है, सोशल नीड्स, लोगों के साथ मिलना जुलना, उठना बैठना, स्टेटस सिंबल, इन सब चीज़ों का कोई ध्यान में नहीं रखा जाता ज़्यादा। ठीक है, सबॉर्डिनेट हैं, सुपीरियर हैं, सब एक दूसरे के साथ काम कर रहे हैं, बातचीत कर रहे हैं, ईज़िली हैंडल कर रहे हैं एक दूसरे को। तो यहाँ पर बहुत सारी चीज़ें आपको आसानी से समझ में आ जाती हैं, क्योंकि कम्युनिकेशन फ़ास्ट है तो कोई किसी को लेकर इतना ज़्यादा पैनिक नहीं होता कि यार मैं उससे बात करूँ, कैसे नहीं करूँ या क्या तरीका होगा। दे आर इन्फॉर्म्ड, राइट? तो प्रॉस के अंदर आपको फास्टर कम्युनिकेशंस मीडियम यहाँ पर आसानी से मिल जाता है। सेकंड, कॉन्स की अगर अपन बात करें, इट स्प्रेड डिस्ट्रक्टिव रूमर्स। किसी ने क्या कहा, ये तुरंत आग की तरह फैल जाता है। या इट रेसिस्ट द ऑपरेशनल चेंजेस, कि भाई कोई चीज़ आसानी से ऑपरेशनल लेवल पर हो सकती हैं, या कोई चीज़ आसानी से इनफॉर्मल नेटवर्क में आप अप्लाई कर सकते हो, बट वहाँ पर कुछ चीज़ें आसानी से नहीं हो पाती, तो वो रेसिस्ट होती नहीं। कोई अगर पर्सन कहता है कि सर आप प्रोडक्शन डिपार्टमेंट में हैं, मुझे कल इस चीज़ की ज़रूरत होगी तो क्या आप मेरे लिए करवा देंगे? तो ये चीज़ वहाँ पर पॉसिबल नहीं है, क्योंकि वो चीज़ फॉलो होगी पर्टिकुलर स्केलर चेन से, पर्टिकुलर रिपोर्टिंग रिलेशनशिप से। तो यहाँ पर आपका ऑपरेशनल चेंजेस रेसिस्ट होते हैं। आपको किसी भी तरह का ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस के फॉर्मल वर्किंग्स के लिए ईज़ीनेस प्रोवाइड नहीं होगी कि आप तुरंत वो काम करा दें, ऐसा करवा दें, वैसा करवा दें, वो पॉसिबल नहीं है। So it will definitely create a problems. It will spread the destructive rumors कि भाई कौन किसके बारे में क्या कह रहा है, ये आग की तरह फैलता है। दूसरा, ऑपरेशन एस्पेक्ट्स इजीली हैंडल नहीं हो सकते यहाँ पे, और ऑपरेशन एस्पेक्ट्स को इजीली आप कंप्लीट करना चाहो तो वो भी पॉसिबल नहीं है। सो in this way you understand the formal and informal organizations, and here you will have a comparative view between the formal or informal organization, that is based on the following points. First, meaning, as I have told you, formal organization is a structure created by the management, and informal organization is a network of social interactions. Its origin is based on company's rules. Its origin is based on spontaneous social interactions. Under the authority, it arises out of the positions, or in the informal organization, it arises from the personal qualities. Under the point of basis, formal organization is directed strictly by the rules. You have to follow the rules. You cannot ignore the rules. But informal organization, there is a no set pattern behavior. Yeah, there is no set behavior patterns that you observe under the informal organization. Then, through the communication, you will follow the scalar chain as suggested by the Henry Fayol. But informal organization, you have to move freely in any direction, right? You can do not have to seek the permission from your superior to talk to superior in the other department. You can easily move around. You can easily have a conversation. So informal organization play a significant role. Sometime हम इसको ग्रेप वाइन भी एक वर्ड होता है, इसमें हम सोशल वर्ड इसको यूज करते हैं, सोशल बॉन्डिंग वाला, तो ग्रेप वाइन एक यहाँ पे पॉइंट आता है, तो वो भी हम इसके अंदर यूज करते हैं। फिर होता है नेचर। Nature of the formal organization is highly rigid, okay, and highly flexible in terms of informal organization. Under the basis of leadership, formal organizations in which the managers are leaders, manager lead the way, manager guide the people, right? But informal organization leaders chosen by group. Who will lead the particular group? It will decided by the group itself. So manager are leaders in a formal organization, but informal organization group choose who will lead their group. Opposite हो जाता है, right? So in this way you understand the comparison between the formal and the informal organizations. Here I have shared a particular MCQ that will help you to understand the informal and informal organizations at every after each point, after each significant chapter or the point, I have shared with you a specific MCQs that will help you to check your knowledge, what we have understood about a particular topic. So in this way you can design your learning, you can design your understanding. So far we have covered function organizational structure that comes with the functional or division structure. And after this, we have discussed the formal and informal organization. It's a comparison. So these are the important point. And during the examinations, you definitely have questions about these 2 points, about these particular situations, about these particular factors. So it will help you to judge your understanding about the chapters in terms of these specific topics. So till then, take care, and I will share some other videos on the same chapters. Today we will sorry, tomorrow we will discuss about the delegations, and delegation is important, and I will design a detailed video, and it will help you to understand how the delegation is important and how the centralization, decentralization that come under the delegation will help you to understand that topic very well. So till then, take care, good, and if you like this particular video, then you can definitely share with your friends, your other student, so that they can also benefit through these video, and it will these video will definitely help them at the during the year during the year if they are trying to preparations, or they are preparing for the examinations, so definitely they can have a quick revisions at the end of the year. Or sometime some student, they are definitely focus on online learning, so they can see this video as well. So you can share with them, you can subscribe this channel, and it will definitely help you to give you more and more knowledge at a different period of time. So till then, take care and have a nice day.